Hi everyone, it's Chukuma from Mastermind Automobile Solutions. We are here, it's a work day. We are dealing with an engine that got overheated, burnt out the top gasket. The car stopped running totally, we had to tow it down and drop the engine and we commenced work. So we're going to talk about this in this video and you're going to see the work we're about to do. Okay, let's talk about our problem. So the car got, it was involved in a severe overheating. I suspect the driver wasn't observant enough because if she was observant, she would have stopped at some point and we'll trace what the problem is before it got to this level. She drove until the car actually came to a stop, couldn't start again, couldn't run. We had to go, tow it down here. So looking at the engine, looking at the components, we can see that the gasket, went flat. We're also going to examine the internals of this engine to see that no major damage has been done to the internals. And if we notice damages, we would have to work on them and replace some components. These Hyundai engines, this is a Vera Cruz, a V6. You would see the two areas, three cylinders on this side, three cylinders on the other side, and this is the vehicle's transmission. So these Veracruzes, they don't make the best engine, or I would say the strongest engine. So whenever a Hyundai or Kia is involved in a severe overheating, it's best to totally investigate, be sure of what has gone wrong so that you don't go through this process of bringing down the engine again in the near future. You tackle the problem once and for all. And that's what we're about to do. That's what we're doing with this vehicle. On a closer look, we've tested the fan component of this car. On these ones, the fan is joined with the radiator. Look at the two fans on either side. The two of them run this vehicle. They help cool things down. So we've already tested out these fans and we've seen that they failed. So the root cause of this overheating is the failure of this electric fan system. So we are going to replace these fans as they've gone bad. We'll have to replace them with new ones, genuine OEM. Then we are going to also have a close look at the radiator to see what state it's in. The radiator is right behind the fan. They are put together. This is the cooling component. You'd see the radiator. This is it. This is the radiator cover. This is its front, along with the condenser that runs the AC. So we are going to look at the radiator, be sure it works, it's still usable. If we find any loophole with the radiator, we'd have to replace it. We would also, check everything, check the wiring of the car too, to be sure that, nothing went off to have triggered this problem, the problem of this car. The timing is not, it wasn't properly set. It wasn't set as it should. I understand some previous work was done on this engine, so it looks like those that worked on it didn't properly set the timing correctly. The timing of these Hyundais can be tricky, so if it's done by a non-professional, it can pose problems. So we are going to go through this work and restore this car back to the way it should be, and possibly educate the owner on how to avoid overheating or precautions to take when overheating problems surface. We're back from test driving. Other than a few things noticed which would retweak and rework on, and then do the full coupling of the car, it should be ready to be delivered back to the owner. Primarily, this overheating issue was caused by a failed electric fan. The failed electric fan in turn damaged the radiator. The radiator, being the major component, the main component that stores the coolant, the engine stopped cooling and went on to cause problems with the internals of the engine. So you saw us strip down the engine. We did all that correction. We did all that work, and the car is back to moving. And we are going to do the finalize. We are going to finalize things on this car, tweak up a few things here and there, possibly put in new spark plugs, and then prepare it for delivery after it must have been washed. We finally finished the work, and the car is fine now and ready. It's moving. We've done a test drive. We're going for a second test drive, and it's fine. That's what we do at Mastermind Automobile Solutions Limited. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so that you're notified whenever we upload a new video. Leave us a comment. Thank you.